Hey friends, happy Friday. Welcome back. My name's Teri. I'm in my happy room, my sewing room. Mr. Jerry's out in the kitchen and he's doing the island, putting the shiplap around it. He's on the final touches of putting the corner trim up on it. Excuse me. And then tomorrow he'll paint it. And then that will probably do it for the kitchen until next year, unless he comes up with and finds the flooring, because we know what we want for the countertop and stuff. So, but anyways, it is my Friday video, and I have just been so relaxed today, and it's all because I follow Kate from the Last Homely House, and I follow her on Instagram. And I'm going to tell you, friends, she always plays such nice music in her videos. Oh, my hair is just, I pull it back when I'm in the sewing room. So but she always plays such great music in the background. Well, her daughter-in-law Anna put a Spotify list up, and you could click on it and it'd take you over to Spotify. Y'all, it is so calming for me. I don't know what it is, but I have been listening to it all day long. No TV on. I have just, even when I felt like an anxious moment could happen, I just listened to that music and it just settled my soul. So I've been in here sewing on for my curtains in the sunroom, and I got one jelly roll. Oh, I thought I had more than one. I think I had 1.5, but I'm not for sure. All sewed and counted out, and I'm only going to have enough for one panel. So I'm doing a scrappy, like a postage stamp. It'll be a 2-inch finished squares. I've already got one panel done on our main one where the sun comes in all the time, and oh, it just looks so beautiful to me when the sun hits it. So this morning I've been sewing, and I got them to the part now where they're in strips like this, 4 colors like this, and then I have to sew 4 of these together and then trim them to an 8-inch block. But there's only 32. I need a total of 64. So I had already pulled out another batik that kind of would go with it, because it is, you know, they're all the general same colors. So I started sewing these together. I'm doing it a little different this time. She had you take the 20, or the long strip that comes in half. Is, you know, they're 21.5 when they're folded, and then she had you cut that, and then she had you cut it in half again, and then do all the sewing and the cutting. And this time what I decided to do was, I thought I'm going to put 4 long ones together and see how many I can get out of the 4. Well, I got 17 of these strips here, which would equal out to 4. Like, I think it's going to work out that way. But so these are such bright colors. So behind you, or beside you, is this whole stack that I am chain piecing, and that just means I'm sewing 2 together, and I'm not clipping my threads. I just keep going and grab another 2 pieces. But I had to change my bobbin, so I thought this was a good time to come on and talk to you. I told Mr. Jerry I was going to do this. I kind of closed my door, so, but it is like 47 degrees out, and I'm in my comfy shirt that's all stretched out, and it's got holes in it. It's Friday, so I thought I would just kind of show you what I've been doing. You've seen all week. I finished that blanket, and the other one, I pulled out the white with the purple and the orange in it. I did finish that yesterday. The border, I just did a double crochet, and in the corners I just did 3 double crochets, and that just made a gentle curve around it. So that is done. Yay. It is nice and heavy. So that is done. And then I started that big wave ripple blanket, and I'm already on the second background color. I've already went through, well, it's about like, whoops, it's about like this, oh, maybe like this now. So, but it is so, it's just so relaxing. I mean, I've done ripple blankets before, and you've had to pay attention. Well, you kind of pay attention, but you had to, you know, keep count and track. And this one, you just look for the stitches, and then you do what you have to do in them. I mean, it's all double crochet, so, and an eye hook, so it's going by quickly. And then yesterday I said that I was behind on my embroidery Easter along. I couldn't think what I was going to say. I sat down and I got all caught up. All that's left is the words, and the words won't start until Monday and Tuesday. So I thought I would show you where I got on that. So this is what it's looking like so far. So I had to do all of this, the grass, all of this, the grass, and then the French knots for the different color flowers on both of them, and then the crosses. And all that would be left is the words that says in Christ alone. So Monday, unless I get the itching and I want to finish it and work on it this weekend, then I might. But so yeah, I just love embroidery. I don't know why, but I do. I almost enjoy it a little bit better than my cross stitch. I tend to grab the embroidery quicker than the cross stitch. Don't get me wrong, I like my cross stitch, but so I'm trying to figure out where to put stuff. So I was working on that. I have not knitted on any socks. Miss Jenny, I'm sorry. I just got to put the socks bag near me so I can do that. But I really do enjoy sewing. I really do enjoy crocheting right now. Like I've said before, crocheting has always been my first passion because that's what I learned. So I was sitting in here as I was doing this, and I was, next week and the week after, I'm going to show you 2 more projects. One that I want to do sometime, and the other one I started, and it's paper piecing. And I started this, well, probably 30 years ago. I even took a class. I have the book. I still have everything, and I'm trying to finish it up. The problem is back then she had you use really heavy copy paper, and it doesn't want to rip. That's the problem. It doesn't want to rip. And so my thought process was, I got a good section of it done, but I got almost all of them done except for, you know, the blocks only need like 2 pieces on each end. And I know now I can lower my stitch length, you know, so that it will pierce it to help do it, but it just doesn't want to tear because it wants to then pull all the threads out. So I'm just going to, I'm going to try to get it done because it is so pretty, and I can't wait to show it to you. But in the one project that I had kitted up to sew, to do, I had found this block I had done. Now y'all know that we love birds here. And this was a cardinal black. And this was a paid pattern from Sandra Healy Designs. I think I got it off from Etsy. But she also has a website, which is Sandra, S-A-N-D-R-A, Healy, H-E-A-L-Y, Design, D-E-S-I-G-N-S, designs.com. But it was a cardinal. And if you look at it closely, you can see there are all little pieces. It's not really applique because you're sewing all these tiny, tiny pieces together. But y'all, I did it because I have the block laying in front of me. So this ends up being a 12.5 square block. Do you want to see how many tiny pieces there are? It's all that. So there is 1, 2, 4. There's a lot. There's a lot. And I remember what I did. Well, it goes to T. A to T. So But I remember pulling out my Alpha Biddies from Fat Quarter Shop, and all that is just little ABCs. And I went down the line and I took like the black. There was two pieces that need to be cut on my black fabric, and these are tiny pieces, 1 1/4 inch square and 1 1/4 by 2 1/4. That's before you sew it. So this is not perfect by any means, and I didn't know if I could do this or not, but I did, and I really, really like it. Now that I was sitting here today thinking about that when I found it, I thought, I wonder, because I didn't have this pattern with it. Heavens no. And I'm sitting here sewing along, and I thought, I have a drawer in there that's got my paper piecing papers in it. It's a double drawer, and one holds cross-stitch patterns, and the other one had patterns, and it wasn't for sure what was in it, and it was in there. So now I can look her up, because my thought process, I'm going to show it to you. My thought process is that I would do a couple of these to make for the sunroom that can just hang, or a tabletop. So this is it right here. So I just pulled scraps that I had, because the biggest piece would have been the wing and the branch. Well, and this right up here. So, but it's not too bad. That is the back side. So, yeah, I really like this. I really like this. It's not the same red as those last 2 blocks I just did. So I am going to do something with that. I'm actually going to, I think later tonight or something, look her up. And I know she had other birds, and see what else I can get in birds, because we do have a oval table. I could do that, do 4, or I could do 4 long, or I could do 4 in a square. I could do 4, where is it? Right over here, 4 in a square there. I could make another one of those and take down my embroidery snowman and have birds hanging up there. I might do that, because there are 5, so I could do 5 birds in there. Maybe in the middle of that I could do a birdhouse and then do 4 different birds. What do you think? So I wanted to show you that, because I was pretty. This one took a little bit though, but it's just practice, as my friend would tell me. The other thing is that at the auction, we always look for craft stuff for me too. And there was somebody who sold her stuff, or her kids sold her stuff, because her name's on it. I can't imagine she selling it, And I had gotten a bunch of beautiful fabrics and threads and everything, and patterns. And so back when we had Miss Callie, my Callie girl, I was thinking I was going to make these wall hangings to switch out in here, but I never did. So I'm just going to show these to you, because these are black. They're called Garden Patch Cats, and they come with a recipe. And the quilt block is an 18-inch square, and it is from Helen, or Helene, because there's an E on the end of Helen, Knotts, Knotts. And it's from storyquilts.com. So I'm going to cover, because she's got her address on this one. This first one is called like avocado, but it's avocado. And this one includes the recipe for chicken and avocado salad. So this would be the first one. I still might do these because these will be fun. Because the background is only a 15-inch square and the body is a 13-inch square. So there is that one. Then there is Boz Cat. And this one is a brie turnovers with pear. So that's why it's Boz Cat. It's a Boz pear. These are all the same size. This one has the recipe Tuscan pasta and bean soup. So this is kidney bean. Kidney bean. You know, once you figured out what you needed for the different patches and stuff, you can make them all the same or just different. This one includes Walla Walla sweet onion strips. Sorry, you're going to hear Jerry's TV. This one is called Walla Walla Kitty. And then this one includes pumpkin spoon bread. This one is called Pump Cat. Pump Cat. Jerry came in and shut my door tight. It's not going to make a difference. This one is called cream. This one has the recipe cream of chicken and winter vegetable soup because it is a stalk. A celery stalk, and it's called Stalker. Stalker. These are so cute. So yes, I really should do these up. This one has the recipe cheese and sesame cauliflower. So this is Caulipus. Caulipus. It's a cauliflower kitty. This one has the recipe double split pea soup, so you can guess what this was going to be. This is called Pod Cats. Pod Cats. There are 3 kitty heads in there. Pod Cats. And then the last one is stuffed delica squash. This one's called Gordo Gatto. Gordo Gatto. That kitty's a gourd. So yeah, I ought to do that. So I found those because I was going to do those, you know, but when you tuck stuff away, you forget about them. So y'all, remember I said I was going to, with 2 other gals, we moved our weigh-in day. Mine was Tuesday to Friday today. And I had weighed in Tuesday and I was down 0.8. And the other 2 gals, they were weighing in today. And we know that today is not really a true weigh-in for us because the other 2, I think, weigh in on Mondays. It's not a full 7 days, but we're going to take whatever it says. And then we'll have, you know, all next week to do it on Friday. So I reported to my buddies and they reported to me, and now I'm not going to tell you how they did because that's not how this works. One has her own YouTube, Miss Lainey's Life, so you'll have to go see how she did on hers if she decides to say anything. But I was down a full pound. Y'all, I have been trying really hard since Tuesday not to snack at night. It's been difficult. Because I'm not hungry, so don't sit there and say, well, you can go have some protein or you could have something. It's just that I'm not hungry. But in my head, I'm so used to going, oh, you ought to make some popcorn. Oh, you ought to go get that cookie. Oh, you ought to just have that and be miserable. And so it's just been up here. So, so far, I'm not saying it's always going to be that way. So, and the other thing is that big old elephant in the room. I'm sure a lot of you have been seeing it and hearing it, just like I have, about Weight Watchers filing for bankruptcy. Don't let that derail you. There's always ways. If they go under, they go under. That means I go back on my Lose It app. A lot of people have the Healthy app. There is MyFitnessPal. There is Counting Calories. I'm sure there's others that I don't even know about. Nothing will change except for hopefully continuing to lose weight. And whatever I choose, I will go with something that is going to help keep track of my calories and stuff. And I do plan on moving a lot more. I've been looking at walking videos and stuff like that. I just have to get, healthy myself right now. I still, and I know if I start walking or moving, it will help loosen up my back more. But this cold and this up and down isn't good for me, and so I'm making excuses, I know. But the other thing is I really do need new walking shoes. The walking shoes we bought were really good walking shoes, but I've had them probably for 10 years. So now, like with any shoes, when you wear them so much, they form to the way you walk, and so it's just time. So I will, one of these times, go and try to get some new walking shoes to see, because I do like walking. And even if I do it inside the house on tapes, I used to do that during COVID and everything. I just put it on. You know, it helped with the stress, and I know walking will help make things tone up, make my mental a lot better, and it will also help with my eating and my weight loss journey. So, but you know, there's not too much more that I have that I don't think that I need to say, except for I will not be on Saturday or Sunday, because I try to take a complete weekend off just so that I can spend time without having to worry about picking up my phone. And not that I don't miss, don't miss you, and I don't want to chit chat with you, but I do like spending time with my hubby too, without having to think, oh, what time is it? I got to go do this. It's not a drudgery at all. It's just that, like today, I was just feeling so good. Well, I still am, listening to that music and just sewing right away, and thinking of all these things that I want to do and accomplish and to get done. And, just makes you feel good, instead of saying to myself, you're going to be this way, just get used to it. So whatever happens with Weight Watchers happens. I'm not going to let it derail me. There are worse things in life than losing Weight Watchers. You just have to listen to the news. We just have to have that backup plan just in case. But I don't plan on going any place, and I hope you don't plan on going any place. And, like I said, Jerry and I used Lose It one time, and we both really liked it. It still counted calories. It still told me. We did the free version because I wanted to see how it was, and it still did everything that Weight Watchers did. It was just counting calories. There wasn't the point. So it told me how many calories I had in a day, and my protein and all that stuff. So but yeah. So anyways, my friends, I'm going to let you go. I hope that you have a great weekend. I hope whatever day you are watching this, that it is a day full of sunshine, even if there isn't any sunshine. And just remember, we got this. And until I can meet up with you on Monday, you have a great weekend. Stay strong, my friends. Don't let your weekend be your weakest end. your weekend. W-E-A-K. Make it your strong weekend. We got this. See you Monday.